Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Anticipation is mounting for today's game, and we've got two quarterbacks looking to make an impact. It's Wilson Seahawks going up against Bortles' Jaguars. With that, let's head up the road to Jacksonville, Florida. Standing by are Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, we welcome our viewers to Duval County, the northern part of Florida, and the largest city in the Sunshine State, as EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to Everbank Field here in Jacksonville. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Seattle Seahawks and the Jacksonville Jaguars. Now a first carry for T.J. Yeldon. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a yard on the pickup there. Second and 9. Bortles going to give to Yeldon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowl safety Cam Chancellor. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Bortles was accident-prone last year, led the league with 18 picks and an early pick here.
And you know he spent a lot of time in the offseason working on this, thinking about it. It's not that he's not going to throw any. They just hope that that number gets cut down significantly.
Time running out here on the play clock. After the interception, here's Wilson. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Partner, the Mike linebacker, the middle linebacker has so many different responsibilities. How excited do you think he was to get home with that blitz?
Yeah, he wants a sack. He got it. Now Wilson on second down. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and, of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
14.
From the gun on third down, Wilson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
So on fourth down, Pete Carroll's going to call out his field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it it here. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today.
And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good.
Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And this offense last time turned it over, went for it on fourth, didn't get it. They're lucky, though, because no points against the team on the board, but we'll see how they respond.
Yeah, they've got to give a lot of credit to their defensive teammates, don't they? They had their backs on that last series, and because they did so, that allows the coach to still stay aggressive on offense and maybe go for it again in a similar situation.
I was going to say maybe makes that offense feel good when you know you've got a defense making stands like that.
Yeah, that'll loosen up things a little bit, won't it? Maybe you'll play a little bit better the next time you have the ball.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Able to get away.
That's why you keep the legs churning.
Now that's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Well, this is going to sound a little strange, but that was a really nice effort because he broke a tackle and almost sprang free, but it still ended up with a loss of yardage. The defense won that battle.
Defense really showing respect to the deep ball here, playing off the receivers. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. 23 yards on the play.
Love the call by the offensive coordinator, recognizing the situation very well, calling for the play-action pass, and completing it.
Now Wilson on first down. He hits Baldwin right side. Having an effective short passing game, one of their main concern coming into this one, right there, able to hit the D with a quick strike and a first down.
And you're able to put that into your game plan when you see that there's space to throw the football. A lot of defenses don't want to play press coverage or tight coverage. They'll play backed off, and sometimes those cornerbacks will bail out really fast and really get deep, and that allows you to throw the quick game underneath, and they took advantage of it.
First and goal. Defense with their backs against the wall. And he'll get this one back to the 5-yard line, but no further than that. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Our chance to show you the offense here, Tyler Lockett. Charles, your thoughts?
Loved him coming out of Kansas State. The third Lockett that played there after his father and his uncle. An absolute true threat every time he touches the ball to take it to the house.
And he rifles one incomplete. And let's see 6 defensive backs out there. They're in the dime here on third and goal. And they'll run it here. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal. Looking at this situation, if you're at the 1, the 2, maybe you go for it. From here, you kick it.
I agree. I think you have to get points in this situation. 4th down, I don't chance it at all. I put the points on the board, and go back and regroup.
He's got time. And he fires one that's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And now out come the Jags. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about, what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Green 39. Green 39.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he's going to take this out past the 10 to about the 11. That's going to be a 6-yard gain. It leaves him with third down and just a yard to go. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Now T.J. Yeldon, and he'll go down after losing yardage at the 10. That'll make it fourth down after a loss of 1.
Partner, we're into the second quarter, and I guess you can kind of look at it both ways. The offense, they've got to figure out what they're going to do because they haven't scored any points. But if you're the defense, you're feeling great about what you've got going on. The only concern you have, if you get to the half, what adjustments will the offense make to try to defeat you?
And it's fielded at the 34. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. Looked like they had something going last drive. Then the interception happened. Will they recover?
The memory they need to keep with them is that they did have something going. They were moving the ball on offense, had a nice sequence going. Don't worry about the other part. You can't get that back. Let's go back to what you were doing well before.
I thought you were going to say they need to have no memory, but remember the good part, forget the bad.
I like that even better.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. One receiver left, two to the right. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. Baldwin with it over the middle. No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
On third down, Wilson. Hard throw, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And fourth down coming up.
And no second guessing the call here. It was third and long, so throwing the football was probably the smart play to try and pick it up. But they don't get it, and now the defense.
Pressure comes, and the Jags block it. Now this is picked up. Look at this. Middle of the field, a breakaway. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
And this is up and good. The score now 7-0 Jaguars. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. They come out here in the eye. And they'll go on the ground. They find some open field here. What a move. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. A big play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks just an extra point away from tying this thing up. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play. Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Here we go now. Black 58 rail.
Again, it's Yeldon. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. Wide open receiver complete. 2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. Back with more from Jacksonville. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back after this.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete. To throw, it's Bortles. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And they're able to get this one down to the 25. We heard them talk before the game about utilizing the intermediate passing game this week. It works for them there. They move the chains.
And we saw them work on it in practice as well. And most teams take a period at a time to work on different things. They put a couple of periods of work into the intermediate passing game, and now we know exactly what.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Here's the Jaguar kick team now as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in, because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Second and 10. It's Wilson again. And he slings one that's incomplete.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. And they're going to go soft on the corners. To throw is Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now the Jags defense deciding to call a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Look at the spin.
Balance.
Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Green, 39.
Bortles to throw on second down. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. 7 yards remain now on third down. Throwing his Bortles on third down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to fourth down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a fourth down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. Here's Brad Nortman now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. And a fake here. Direct snap to the up man. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They come up in an offset eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
Wilson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. No gain on that one, and it's going to bring up a third down.
I know that play went for no yardage. All right, but I like the attempt because the fullback position, whether it's a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, wherever you want in that spot, not known as a primary pass catcher, so sometimes the element of surprise works in your favor, but on that play, give credit to the defensive guys.
Throwing is Wilson, finding time. He's going to go for a bit, and that's caught inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And the offense lining up 1st and 10. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Wilson on 1st down. Deep drop. His throw caught right around the 6. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is indeed good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a field goal here. They're still down, but they put a dent into that lead before the break.
And that's got to feel good because now they've seen that they can put some more points on the board, and that gives them a whole second half to get back to where they want to be, and that's in the lead.
Ooh, with a juke. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we send you a couple hours south to Orlando, let's check in with Larry Ridley for our EA Sports Halftime Report. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Give him 13 on the pickup there. And it's good enough for a Seattle first. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. 2nd down following the run.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't. And often the physicality sets the tempo for the game.
Wilson. Man open right side. It's the tight end Clay. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Short of the sticks after that completion, and now it's 3rd down for this offense. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And he's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave them with some options here on 4th and inches. So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. This one from 35 yards away. And the holder's going to keep it. He's going to try to run for it. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. They only needed a few inches. I mean, it worked. I'm just surprised they didn't just line up and go for it and try to pound it ahead for a yard.
I'm with you. The only thing that comes to mind is that they really valued the element of surprise. And doing it from a fake field goal spot, that lends to the surprise of the occasion, I would say.
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This fielded at the 2. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve.
Blue 45. Blue 45.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
They go play action for Yeldon. Now it's Bortles. And Robinson with a big catch. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times, because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there, Bortles to Robinson. 47 yards. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. So the offense has it, 6-yard line, 1st and goal. They'll run with Yeldon. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Flag,
So 2nd and goal here from the 9. They'll give Yeldon another crack. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
Allen Robinson, the intended receiver. And now it's 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 13-year man puts it through. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up. They come out here in the eye. Now a handoff here to his running back. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Well, we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Hitting the home stretch here in a great game, a tie game. Let's see if the defense can get the stop they need to get the ball back. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
We always like to talk about defense in terms of levels. 1st level defensive line, 2nd level linebackers, 3rd level defensive backs. On that run, that was what we call a 1st level run, and it was stopped by a 2nd level player.
Tie game late, and the offense really has to be conscious of the clock here as it's becoming a factor late in this ball game. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll cut it out to the sideline. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the Seahawks are going to take the lead. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. The kick unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. This is taken at his 4. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
that.
Super toe. And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
They'll look to throw. This is Yeldon on the dump off. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44.
A nickel look by Seattle on third down.
Yep, 5 defensive backs now. Back to throw. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play. But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
He's going to let it fly. And this is caught inside the 5. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Their dangerous wide receiver in the final minute. And the Jaguars are within an extra point of tying this one up. And no sweat, he puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here's Wilson. And he fends him off. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. And quickly they get to the line. Throwing now is Wilson. He's got time in the pocket. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got him in, complete. And he makes it all the way down to the 31. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And his kick is right there. It's good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So it's not quite over yet, but you have to figure they pretty well got this one on ice now.
And, Brandon, I can't help but marvel at how calm these field goal kickers seem to be in situations like this. You know, I'm shaking up here like a leaf, and I don't have to kick it.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. Look at the clock. Everyone knows the situation. Probably time here for one final play.
And we know what that play is going to be. It's got to be some sort of Hail Mary, throwing it towards the end zone and hoping someone can catch it or catch it off of a tip. Think back to 2015. Didn't we see Green Bay pull that off?
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for the Seahawks, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2.